Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, I got me a box of goodies from Sloan Express. Some of you have probably heard of that. And inside here should be some hydraulic cylinder stops. Oh man, they got enough paper here. Alrighty, there we are. Or as I call them, donuts. Oh, aluminum. 1/2 inch. Alright. And what I want to use these for is on the crumblers. And in fact, I'm going to take you with me. We're going to go get both of the crumblers, get them brought back over here to the shed. There should be 16 1/2-inch spacers and 3 1-inch. There's one of them. That looks like they're okay. They're buried down below. But I'll show you. I'll explain what I'm going to do to them once I get the crumblers back over here. So let's go get the crumblers. I'm going to grab the 7060 back over there, and we'll use that to run and grab the crumblers. Alrighty, we're headed over to get the crumblers. So I'll bring you in once we get over there. We don't have room here at the farm to keep them for right now, but a cousin of mine, they let me keep them over at their place, and so that works out pretty good. Here's the one crumbler. I'm gonna grab this one here first. Over there's the other one. That's the 37 or 38 foot. This one here's the 35. And we'll take it back over the shed and park this one. Then I'll come back and grab the big one. Gotta get the hitch pin. Got it sitting here on a concrete block. Okay, there we go. Yep. Already got the drawbar into it. Hopefully I can get it raised up high enough. There we go. There we go. Alright, we'll grab the hitch pin and drop it in. Get the hoses hooked up. We should be good to go. That thing's got some pressure on it. That's all. I put them in float. Let's try this one. Unless I didn't hit the right lever. Ah, there we go. Well, let's see which one of these levers here. Okay, well, it's hooked up backwards. That won't hurt anything. Just simply move it. Yeah, you push forward and that raises it. There we go. Well, the wings are already coming up. Folded up and heading back to the shed. So far, so good. I can tell you one thing, I need to grab a squeegee and clean the windows on this tractor. Alrighty, back here in the barnyard. We'll get that thing unfolded, dropped off, head back over, we'll get the 37-foot one. And I'll show you what I want to check out and why I got all those donuts for the hydraulic cylinders. Got the lines unhooked, get the hitch pin pulled. There we go. Okay, I gotta pull forward, that way I can take and raise up with my jack and we'll sit on top of that concrete block. Get that thing rolled up underneath there and we'll be good to go. Kind of hard to do it when you're trying to hold a camera. Here we go. All right, now we'll get the other one. Get hooked up here with a 37-foot one. Both of these crumblers are made by Unpacking. This one here is older. You can see it's got the smaller tires, which in soft sand can be kind of a pain because they kind of want to sink this a little bit. But generally on a crumbler though, you're not lifting it up on the ends and that kind of stuff. It just rolls around behind you, so they work. We'll get the wire dropped into the hitch pin here. There we go. Now we'll get the hoses hooked up. I'll just set you guys right there. Uh-oh. There we go. A handyman jack works good for this kind of stuff. Well, if you can get to unlock. There we go. headed back to the shop now. So we'll see what works out. Like I said, I'll show you what I'm going to do, but the hitch height between the tractor and the hitch on the back of the disc is different. And so I can kind of experiment a little bit with the tractor, but to do it right, I actually need to have the crumbler hooked to the disc, because the disc hitch on the back of the disc is higher than the tractor drawbar is. Well, it's the next day. I've actually got both crumblers sitting out here. I took them off the tractor. But I'll show you here what I want to do. Last year running these things, in our good old sandy ground, what we were having trouble with is the front basket. When you lower the crumbler down, you see you got down pressure springs right there that take and push down. Well, in clay, my guess is you wouldn't have any trouble at all. But in our good old soft sand, what happens is pulling these things behind the disc, the crumbler here, it's like it fills up with dirt inside. It can't kick it out, and well, then it just wants to stop and it just wants to plow and plug up. And so after I very quickly realized that, I went and started putting cylinder stops into it, and that really made a big difference. And so however, I was leaving a little bit of a wheel track from the crumbler itself behind, and so that's why I got all these 1/2-inch ones that way I can adjust little bits at a time. And so we'll see how that works. These here are actually aluminum. Yeah, there we go. But what I want to do is start off first by putting a 1-inch, which is what this one right here is. So there's 8 cylinders altogether between the two crumblers. I'm going to start off with a 1-inch, and then I can go in 1/2-inch increments up from there, just to adjust about where I want it. But yet it makes the crumbler wheels carry some of the weight. That way the front basket isn't wanting to just kind of nosedive in and plug in the sand. Now, these do have an adjuster that, get this rubber boot thing here up out of the way, I can show it to you. What it does is you can take and, yeah, there we go. Yeah, here on the side, you got these holes right here, and you can put a pin through there, or through back, or on the back side of it, and kind of set the pitch of it. However, I actually like the full float effect, to where both front and back are full rocking up and down as it goes. And so I don't want to do that. That's why I'm using these cylinder donuts, what I call them, to help let the crumbler wheels carry a little bit of the weight, and then, like I say, it stops the front basket from plugging. Same thing here on the 37-foot one also. I mean, it's got smaller wheels, but like I say, you can just adjust it by 1/2-inch increments after I put the first 1-inch donut into it, and that should have it. So, all right, I'm gonna get the tractor out and hook back up, and we should be good to go out here and try it here in the field. Got it hooked up on the tractor and raised up. So I'm gonna take and we'll start off with a 1-inch. This may be easier said than done, trying to hold the camera, and let's see if we can take and set you all right up here. Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna put a 1-inch on, and I'm gonna start out with a 1/2. That's 1.5 inch space change. Like I say, when I go to the discs, the drawbars on them are actually sitting higher than the tractor is, but At least this will give me a rough idea of how it's going to work, because this field right here, we've just disked it, and so it'll at least let me kind of experiment a little bit and see how it does. So now I'm going to take and go across to the other 3 cylinders, then we'll be ready to pull out and try it. Well, there it is, rolling along behind. Okay, I can see that the wheels are carrying some weight. Like I say though, with it being hooked to the tractor, the drawbar on the tractor is lower, which actually takes and tips it forward and tips it more up onto the wheels. So I might jump out here and pull out that pull out the 1/2 inch ones and run with just the 1 inch just to see how they'll do. Of course, I mean, I'm trying to take and judge it because I've got tractor tracks also, and of course naturally behind the disc you're not going to have any kind of tractor tracks, but I'll pop those 1/2 inch ones out and we'll see what that does. Maybe I'll take and set the camera up out there, that way you can watch a close-up. Right here, this here's the wing wheel right there. You can see I've got a little bit of a track going right down through there. And of course, naturally, I got tractor tracks, which with a disc, you would not have the tractor tracks. And, but I went ahead and popped out the 4 1/2 inch spacers, and so we'll see what that does. I'll take and mount you guys out here on the wing, and you can let me know what it looks like in the comments. Okay, well that did seem to help with the outer wing track right here, and we are down to the 1 inch spacer, and that's tight. That's good and tight in there. So the wheels are carrying some. However, it does seem to be doing a lot better than what it was last year, because, well, you got the tractor track right there naturally. Right here you got the tandem wheel, because in the middle you got dual wheels in the middle. The tandem the outside beyond the tractor track, you can't really even see it. And basically the same thing over here. You got just a little bit from the wing, but not bad. It seems to be taking it out pretty good. Like I said, it's better than what it was last year. However, it's making them carry some weight. That way the front set of baskets aren't wanting to bury and plug. And then, like I say, once I get it hooked up to the disc, we'll be I'll probably have to take and put those 1/2 inch spacers back in here, because the tongue of the crumbler is going to come up, oh, close to a foot, I would guess, which is going to take and rock this thing back on its heels. And so we'll just have to take and add a little more space here to help bring it up just a little bit. just pull back up here beside the other one. So far though, I'm liking the job it's doing with those one inch spacers. So once we get it hooked on the disc, we'll see how it works. Like I say, I'm guessing I'll have to take and put at least 1/2 inch right here to bump it up a little bit, because it will be tipping back some with the drawbar change. So let's get hooked on onto the 37 foot and we'll test it out. Same thing on this one. We'll put a 1 inch on for start and we'll see how that works. Now with this one here having smaller wheels, I'm not sure that's going to make a whole lot of difference. It might, between this one and the 35 foot over there with the big wheels on it. But well, we'll see what happens. So far don't seem to be too bad. However, with the smaller tires, I am kind of wondering, just by watching it, I may need to take and throw a 1/2 inch into it and see what that does. So far don't look too bad out here behind the thing, although I'll show you something that we get into. You see right? No, it's kind of hard to see with the glare of the sun. I don't know how well you can see that pile of dirt right there underneath that basket. I'm gonna rock that back maybe. Stick it out underneath there. Yeah, you see how it's kind of piled up right there? That's what we get into, and they want to plug up and plow. So let's take and throw a 1/2 inch into each one. We'll see what happens. Well, that did seem to do better, putting those 1/2 inch deals in there. And I can see on these springs a little bit of daylight between the coils, so we do have a little bit of down pressure, but not so much that's causing it to plug. So we'll make another pass through the field. I'll stick you up on the back of the cab of the tractor, that you can keep kind of a little higher angle of it. Alrighty guys, well, so far I like what I see, and we're taking out the wheel tracks pretty good, better than last year. Right there's just a bit of one from the wing. Right here in the center, not bad at all. So that looks good. Alright guys, I'm going to call this an end of the video. Been a little shorter, nothing big and exciting, but figured I'd bring you along and show it to you. So in fact, that picture right there is going to be my thumbnail. So hey, take care, thanks a lot for watching, we'll see you next time.